Intel really has transformed itself over the last 10 years. What you've seen is, in 2000, we were a great silicon company. That's what we were focused on, was delivering great CPUs, out of great silicon. You fast forward to today, and we've changed. So yes, we're still focused on making great silicon and great CPUs, but on top of that, we've put more focus. We've built businesses around platforms. So, for example, you look back over the last 7 to 8 years, you see the Intel Centrino platform, which enabled the whole wireless client revolution, or Intel vPro platform, enabling management and security on the corporate desktop. So those platforms have enabled us to evolve, to start to move towards more of a solutions company. Now you add on top of that software. Within Intel, we have 5,000 software engineers. These are the guys that write the microcode, that make the CPU work. And those are the guys that work with independent software vendors and hardware vendors to optimize their products to work with Intel. As well, we've also bought companies such as Wind River, which makes operating systems and applications for the embedded space. The pending McAfee acquisition. We view software as being an important part of the overall solution. So you have silicon, you have platforms, you have software. What that enables now, and the opportunity for partners, is services. So you can start to see many more services being offered based on Intel technology. So whether it can be managed services around managing notebooks and making sure that if they're stolen, that they're encrypted or that they can be turned off using Intel anti-theft technology, or managed services around vPro, for example, to properly manage the overall assets of the corporation and not have to roll a truck when your customer has a system that goes down. That is a huge focus for us. It makes sense for Intel, it makes sense for the channel, and what you'll see as we go forward is more and more of those solutions being offered to the marketplace. So Intel announced in August the intent to acquire McAfee. So we can't go into a lot of detail about the integration of it until that acquisition formally changes, which should take place in Q1. What we can say is that we view going forward the opportunity, if you take a look at all the devices we interact with on a day-to-day basis, from the smartphone or the tablet, the laptop, the notebook, the kiosk that you updated your license at, the cloud that holds some of your data, that online banking application, it's a very significant and huge continuum of computing connected devices. How do you ensure security in there? And what we believe the best solution going forward will be is a combination of software, like McAfee offers today, working in conjunction with security hooks built into the silicon. And our intent as we move forward is McAfee continues to operate on its business model with what they've been doing so successfully. But what you will see is the integration and the working together of the silicon level with the McAfee applications. And obviously you can look for more announcements and more detail on that in 2011. But we view that as a must-have going forward to enable secure computing in the connected world that we're in today. So Sandy Bridge is, first off, a brand new microarchitecture from Intel. So this is taking what we've done with previous generations, say the Westmere architecture, and building upon that. So there's a lot of new things within Sandy Bridge that people need to be aware of. Number one is the graphics capability. If you were to go back 3 years ago, back in 2007, comparing the performance of the integrated graphics then and what you get with integrated graphics in Sandy Bridge, it's improved by 25x. That's an astounding performance improvement. So what this means to channel partners now is integrated graphics can do a lot more than they did this year, last year, and certainly more than a few years ago. So that's one thing they're going to look at. Secondly, the performance capabilities have been improved significantly. You start to look at the SysSpark numbers for some of the systems built on Sandy Bridge, on Intel's second generation core architecture. They are significantly above where similar systems would be at today. So you have much more capabilities there. Turbo Boost technology, this will be our second generation of Turbo Boost technology, so it's gotten smarter. And what that means is you see that CPU kicking into an extra notch when it's needed, when it's doing a lot of computations. So we've gotten a lot better at that. There's also more capabilities built into it from a trust and execution point of view, supporting that whole focus on security as well. So from a partner point of view, my advice to them as we go into 2011 is, so understand the architecture, understand the new technologies built into that, and then look at translating that into new services and new products, new platform offerings that you can take out to your customer base, because it really does enable a wide range of new services and new capabilities.